All right, and without further ado, let's get into it, guys. So, real quick, we good to go, George? Cool. Real quick, I'm not going to somber this out, but we did have a passing in the family. Someone that, honestly, I consider to be in my immediate family as well. Everyone that knows me knows I love my dogs. And I'll be honest with you, man, some of y'all humans really suck, man. Some of y'all really suck ass, and I like dogs a lot more than a lot of people. So, this one kind of hit me pretty hard as well. I want to dedicate episode 171 to Kane. Can we call him Kane White? Is that okay? Can we call him that? Good old Kane. Yeah, he was your guys' boxer. Unfortunately, passed away Sunday. He had cancer and whatnot, and it's just very sad. So I want to say fuck cancer, and I want to say rest in peace to Kane. I know that was a tender thing for you guys. If you guys don't want to say anything about it, I totally understand. But I was going to give you guys the floor if you just had anything you want to say about Kane, man.
No, just rest in peace. It was definitely a very, very hard day for the family.
Yeah, tough to see him go, but he's not in pain anymore, so in a better place.
And he's with Sophie.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
sure.
I did think it was a sign that he went on football Sunday with everybody around.
Yeah.
It was his favorite days.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Week 1 of the season, and everyone came over because like George and I were there with just Mom and G afterwards. You know, when you guys went to Cottonwood, and she was saying, you know, everyone that would have came into the house today did come over. You know, I think your guys' sister and your cousins or nieces and nephews and stuff. Yeah, I mean they all came over as well. So. You know, when she said that, it kind of helped me feel a little better. George and I went to Hops and Vines afterwards and had a little humble cider shot for Kane. So anyway, man, just want to say rest in peace and dedicate this episode to him. And I'll tell you what, I went home that night and definitely hugged Sadie and Zeus and hung out with them a little longer than usual. I definitely didn't just leave them in the house or just go do some shit. You know, over the last couple of days, I've really been thinking about maybe they like to come with me, just do something. You know what I mean? Because you just never know. You never know. I know, you know, pit bulls are usually pretty healthy. They live pretty long, but bulldogs aren't. You know, Zeus is a bully, and they got a lot of health issues and breathing issues as well. So just enjoy your time with your pets, man. That's basically all I wanted to say. And that's basically it, man. Shout out to Kane. Love you, buddy. We'll see you on the other side. And now let's get into some football. So let's talk about this. Easily, besides the Chiefs, the team that looked the absolute best in Week 1 was the very first team we saw, one of the first 2 teams we saw, the Buffalo Bills. So, Al, I'm going to throw it over to you first. We know what the deal is. 31-10 over the Super Bowl champs. The second half, they were lights out. No turnovers by them. Kind of a rough first half for both teams. I think it's just jitters and no training camp. Yeah. But are the Bills a lock to win the AFC this year?
I think it's hard to call them a lock. I think they're absolutely a lock to be in that conversation. You know, it's kind of over the next 16 weeks, we'll get a little more of an idea. Obviously, you know, you never think or want injuries to happen, but it's just bound to happen. Some players are going to get injured. But they're also going to get a couple guys back. Tre'Davious White didn't even play in that game. But, yeah, they looked really, really good. Josh Allen looked
unreal.
The defense looked good. Coaching's good. I mean, they're going to be firing on all cylinders all year. They'll be right in that conversation.
Seth?
I don't know if I'm going to say they're a lock. They're a favorite for sure. They definitely lived up to the hype that they've been getting all offseason. We've all heard, oh, Bills are the team this year. They're going to win the Super Bowl, all this, all that. Right after the Rams won the Super Bowl. I do think the Rams definitely came out flat on their feet, didn't play near their best football. So I don't know. The Bills definitely looked really good. Josh Allen looked really good. I don't want to call them a lock, though, because the Chiefs also looked really good. But, yeah, I'll say they're a favorite for sure.
Okay. So 2 no's. 2 no's for lock in the AFC. If we're going to go 2 no's, then I'll go 3, because I really think the Chiefs get it. I really think, not for nothing, the Chiefs look better than the Bills still. Even with all those weapons, even with Allen, even with the running game, somewhat looking like it might improve this year with Singletary. I love the Kelsey hookup. I love Isaiah Pacheco. By the way, I didn't realize he wore number 10 and looked just like Tyreek. That's interesting.
Oh, really?
That's interesting.
I didn't see
How did you guys not pick him up on the waiver wire?
Dude,
you got to have some snaps for me to do that.
He has a ton.
I had to go pick
He's
up
a rookie.
Jamal Williams today because Swift popped up questionable. I didn't have anyone to drop. I had to drop Allen Lazard. I had no one else to drop.
Hey,
that won't hurt
dropping
that bad.
people. Does your dad know that we have an IR spot?
I don't know. Why? What happened?
He dropped Elijah Mitchell.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think he's just thinking it's always a committee and it's a year-by-year basis.
But I'm like, shit, might as well just keep him on the IR.
Hey, man, I don't know. I mean, he makes his own choice. And again, I mean, my dad will ask me about stuff, but man, I am not here to try to help my dad win the goddamn league. I'm trying to win the league. You know what I mean? I'm trying to win that league. I have no idea. I didn't even know he did that, to be honest with you. But that's why I drafted Tyrion Davis-Price, in the round 13 the way I did. Because I'm like, it's always someone new. And all of a sudden, I mean, you look, JaMychal Hasty got cut. Sermon got cut. Mitchell's hurt. Now it's Wilson and then Davis-Price.
And even Shanahan came out and said they're just going to go with whoever has the hot hand. Wilson wasn't even the outright favorite. So
That's a total flyer pick. And that's what you do in fantasy. It's like, this guy might get 100 points. And he's a round 13, 14 guy. So I love it. As far as the question goes, are the Bills a lock in the AFC? No. I still feel like I have to see them go into Kansas City and beat Pat. I just do. I just have to see it. And by the way, we got to stop calling him Pat. Patty, Mahomes, my homeboy, my homie. I'm just Patrick. I'm Patrick. Hey, what's your name, Patrick?
oh, did you talk to him?
You know what? I didn't. But I really feel like he has something for everybody. And we'll get to this in a minute. But the Bills, man, we say this every fucking year, okay? I went back to 2020. I had Bills-Packers in the Super Bowl. 2021, I had Bills-Packers in the Super Bowl. This year, I have Chiefs-Bucks. And the Bills, they're like the Rams. When everyone was picking the Rams over, and Gurley and Goff. And then it transitioned, McVay's the best coach in football. And then it transitioned again to Aaron Donald and that defense. And then they finally put it all together. The Bills could easily do it. They could easily come out and they can get the job done. You got to beat Pat first because you are now 0-2 against them. And I think the road to the Super Bowl will run through Kansas City for probably the next decade. It's been like that for 4 straight years now. The Bengals, I'm not going to say they got lucky. Mahomes, I think, had a concussion. That's just what I will always think that. And then not for nothing, I was rewatching the 2018 AFC Championship, the first time the Chiefs went with my homeboy. And they got fucked by the same Josh Allen rule. Josh Allen got screwed by. Brady and the Patriots scored in overtime, and the game was over. They had no chance to possess the ball to go to the Super Bowl when they just marched the field 3 plays and 60 yards to get the game-tying field goal, 31-31, in that game. So when I realized that, I was like, man, I don't feel bad for these damn Bills fans, man. If y'all don't stop, man. Everyone's a victim of these terrible rules at times. The pass interference rules, the personal foul rules, the roughing the quarterback. I mean, these teams, everyone's a victim at times. So, Bills look fantastic. I'm not going to hate. And my guy, Josh Allen. I'm going to try not to complain the entire season that I passed over Kupp and Allen.
Yeah, if you could not do that, that'd be great.
But, man, it's like passing over Jalen Waddle, man. It's tough, man.
Yeah, you're right. Waddle's better.
Yeah. The gallery jersey. I don't know, man. People are fucking weird. Let's talk about this. The 2 teams that were in Super Bowl 56 back in February don't look good at all. I don't know if it's a lack of preseason reps. I don't know if it's a lack of chemistry with new pieces, especially for Cincinnati. I don't know what the fuck was going on with Joe Burrow the other day. He threw 5 interceptions. One of them did not count, so only 4 hit the stat sheet. He threw 5 picks, okay, at home. And they still had a chance to win that game at the end. The NFL came out and said if the Bengals would have challenged the first Chase touchdown, it would have counted as a touchdown. They wouldn't have had to replay it. And I'm like, God, the NFL and the NBA are just horrible about that. Oh, yeah, if they would have reviewed that, we would have given them that. But otherwise, Game 6 of the finals, Thursday. It's like, what? It's like, this is the finals. Seth, I'll start with you, man. Bengals and Rams look pretty bad, but what team will finish with a better record this year?
Oh, man. I'm going to say the Bengals. I don't know. I think they'll probably finish close to the same, but I think the Bengals are going to bounce back this week. They got the Cowboys, a Dak-less Cowboys team.
In Jerry World.
Yeah.
Lifeless Cowboys team.
They look bad. So, yeah, I think they bounce back big this week, but I also think the Rams bounce back, too. I think they're both going to be fine. They're both still going to make the playoffs, so I don't know. We'll wait a couple weeks and see.
Al, what's up with you? What do you think?
So, if I'm not mistaken, Joe Burrow did not play in the preseason, right?
No.
He also had the appendix surgery. So, I mean, he really didn't have a training camp or preseason or the joint practices, which I don't know what you get out of those these days.
Right.
Besides fist fights and helmets swung at you.
Conditioning. That's basically all that shit's for, I feel like.
For me, if it goes to what team I'm more confident in, I'm more confident in the Bengals because I think they're a more well-rounded team. The Rams' offensive line might be worse than the Bengals' offensive line last year because they were getting fucking eaten alive all night against Buffalo.
Now, is that a product of Von Miller and that defense, or is it
You want
just...
to know what's crazy? The Bills fucking didn't blitz once. And they were
Yeah,
all
when I
over
saw that,
Stafford all
insane.
night.
I was like, that's crazy.
And it doesn't help when Cam Akers is fucking not.
3 rushes, 0
I
yards.
seen that.
up anyway.
Oh, yeah, that pass protection play where someone Someone was coming right up the middle, and he just stepped to the side.
Yep.
Oh,
And
God.
let Stafford get
That's
lit up
why,
like a
that's why
Christmas
Henderson's
tree.
in the back.
Yeah, that's why he's
Yeah.
not playing.
Yeah.
But I'm more confident in the Bengals. I think they're more well-rounded. I like the weapons more. I like the defenses. I think obviously you have Donald over in LA. I'm not saying Ramsey no more. Ramsey's burnt toast. But I like Cincinnati a lot. I think they'll be fine. The Rams, I think they'll be fine. They'll probably either win the NFC West or finish in second place, but they'll be fine too. But I trust the Bengals more.
I wonder what the odds were for the Seahawks being the only 1-0 team in that division after week 1.
God.
Can you imagine what were those odds? You know what I mean? Like I would have loved to have seen it.
That is unreal.
Yeah, it is. Bengals and Rams. Look, neither team is getting back to the bowl. I'll just say that right away. I like the Chargers more. I like the Bills more. I like the Chiefs more. I like the Ravens more. In the AFC. And then in the NFC, you know what it is. We know who it is, bro. We know who it is. And I think it's so fucking funny. I'm not gonna say his name no more because he gets satisfaction out of it. But there is a Rams fan that is really convinced. You guys know what I'm talking about. There's a Rams fan that's really convinced Tom Brady can't beat them. I'm like, do you realize Thomas Patrick Brady Jr. has beat the Rams twice in the Super Bowl? Twice. One in St. Louis, one in L.A. Do you realize that, Rams fan? Doing the camera? Yeah, he shook his head. So, a Super Bowl hangover is real. And Super Bowl hangover is not a week 1 loss. A Super Bowl hangover is a season that usually is a loss. They will make the playoffs. They'll win 10, 11 games. They will be, as we say in sports, fine. This notion that they're going to get right back and it's Kupp. Who's catching the ball besides Cooper Kupp?
Hopefully, Allen Robinson. Hopefully.
A bunch of Cooper Kupp decoys right now.
I mean,
They were in that bunch set, and they were the
Ben Skoranek,
Another
fucking
small white
all
guy.
three of them right next
yeah,
to each
Cooper
other.
Kupp. Hey, who's the other little white boy, George? Who's the other white boy?
Skronik?
No, it's not
Tutu
Skoranek.
Atwell?
Who?
Tutu Atwell?
He's black. Motherfucker said Tutu when I asked him who the white decoy was.
Tyler Higbee.
Tyler Higbee. Yes, thank you. So look, it's Cooper Kupp and friends. And this is what happened the final 4 drives of the Super Bowl. The refs helped out the Rams. It was a miraculous Super Bowl win. We all know what happened on that final drive between Stafford and Kupp. I don't know, man. Hey, the Jalen Ramsey point is a good point to make. Is he the best corner in football still? Like, are we, for sure about that? So who's better?
I'd take Darius Slay over him right now.
I
I'd have to think though. I don't think Ramsey's the best anymore.
See,
He
I
is
don't know.
fucking burnt.
I think it's early. I think we got at least a couple more weeks. But, I don't know.
Yeah, I got a grudge against Ramsey. Fucking me, best.
Is this still a Jacksonville thing? Because if it is, I don't even want to get into it. But
No,
what's
I
the
don't blame
grudge?
him. I don't blame him. I don't blame him for leaving Jacksonville.
So what's the grudge?
I don't know. He's just one of those.
It's Jacksonville.
No,
Okay.
it's just one. I don't know. He's one of those guys really easy to not like if he's on your team, not on your team.
Stephon was letting him have the business too. I mean,
Yeah,
he
he
was
was.
letting him know all that shit talking from 3-4 years ago. Motherfuckers ain't forgot. Motherfuckers have not forgotten all that shit. That's that's how life is. You put your words and your energy in the air like that, you never know when it'll come back to get you. And just because it didn't happen that season or against that opponent that time doesn't mean they don't have something for y'all. By the way, Stephon Diggs looked amazing. He looked the best he's looked since he arrived in Buffalo.
Yeah, he looked real
And
good.
he's been good the last 2 years, but he hasn't looked like 18-19 Stephon Diggs. He looked really fucking good. So, anyway, man, Bengals, let's get into them. I guess I'll get into them real quick. They're going to be fine, too. I'm leaning towards Ravens winning that division now, though. Because I think Lamar's got something to prove. And yes, it's all for the money, but if that's what motivates a guy, that's what motivates a guy. I don't think their team is as good as the Bengals. I don't think their defense has, I'll say, the potential the Bengals have. It's not like the Bengals have a top 5 defense. But all those weapons and Burrow, I mean, there was another group chat I was in where they were saying, Burrow's a 1-year wonder. Just like college, he's only going to have 1 good year in the pros. It was an asinine fucking opinion. And I was like, this motherfucker, I don't even know how this motherfucker watches football and thinks that. And I told him, I'm like, I think you're totally wrong. I'm like, I think his arm is better. I think, obviously, his brain and just knowing the game is better. I think he's more battle-tested. I think he's more resilient. I think he has all the weapons. Fuck all the intangibles. He has Chase. He has Higgins. He has Mixon. He has C.J. Uzuma?
No, he's
on
in
the
New York.
Jets.
Oh, who's the guy there now?
Hayden Hurst.
That's right, Hayden
And
Hurst,
Tyler
who
Boyd.
who actually like Tyler Boyd's good. They're going to be fine. That offensive line, though, I don't know, bro. Hey, Joe Burrow, real quick. I would really, really think if I want to take $250 million from the Bengals. Is
$250 million is $250 million.
Yeah.
do I want to retire in the middle of that contract? Do I want to have 2 or 3 of those contracts?
It's going to be fully guaranteed.
I mean, I sure hope so. And you're probably not wrong, Al, but these guys, man, I don't know. I really think we're in the age of these guys thinking about their health more so than their money nowadays.
Okay,
these
but-
guys make plenty of money.
Yeah.
They're not going to run out of cash.
Then we get into this, though. If you're really thinking about your health, you're like, okay, either I'm going to sign this contract or I'm going to get franchise tagged every single year. Because that's what's going to happen. He'll get franchise tagged every single year. He will never hit the open market.
Well, why can't I just play my years and then hit the market when I hit the market?
Because you're not going to hit the market. You're going to get franchise tagged.
They can only do it twice. They can only do it twice.
Oh, is that new?
Yeah,
I didn't know
it's
that.
been like that. That's the Le'Veon Bell beef. They did it in 2017. They tried to tag him again in 18. He said, "Fuck y'all, I'm ruining his own career." I mean, am I wrong?
I mean,
You don't ever step out of something when you're in your prime for a full year. That's just something you don't do.
In something like the NFL, though, if I get a $250 million deal, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Because I could walk into practice tomorrow, slip and fall, and fucking tear my knee up.
Look, I hear what you're saying. I just think it's easier said than done. And if I'm
sure.
Burrow, I know Cincinnati is notoriously cheap. We don't have an indoor fucking practice facility. It's a running joke on the McAfee show, on NFL Live. It's a running joke. It always has been. The offensive line is not improved. I already carried us to a bowl. Are they really going to pay T, Jamar, and Mixon? No. They're going to pick 1 or 2 of those guys, probably just Chase, because running backs are indispensable, and they'll let Higgins walk. So it's only going to be me and Jamar here. And, I mean, yeah, Jamar's my best guy. He's my best bud. But we're going to win a Super Bowl with that? No. I just think Joe's going to have some decisions to make. I think this whole notion, and I know money talks. And, I mean, boy, that cap spike and that money will talk. But Joe, he's Joe Cool, man. He's different, bro. I don't think he's just going to chase that money like that. I really think he's one of those dudes that really wants that Brady legacy. He knows he's the new Brady. He knows it. So why would I waste away in Cincinnati, Ohio, where they're not blocking for me? I've already fucked up my knee. I already have a new appendix or got one removed all of a sudden. Like, I already there's all this shit, and I'm not even 25 yet. Like, I think he's really going to think about that, and I don't think he's going to take a contract this year. I think he might let his shit play out, at least another year.
Yeah, but imagine the legacy if he does do that with the Bengals.
But imagine if he gets Joe Theismann.
That can happen anywhere, though.
Yeah.
It's more prone to happening if it doesn't have an offensive line, you guys. Like, come on, let's be real about this.
Well, yeah, but I mean, any offensive lineman can get beat on any play.
All right, anyway, let's move on.
It's a revol-
do you know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get your side of
That's
the
true.
argument.
It can
It's
happen
a
anywhere.
revolving door argument. You know what I mean? It's both ways.
Let's talk about this, man. Look, Pat Mahomes has something for y'all.
Patrick Mahomes.
Pat. He's just Pat. He's Pat. He's not Patty. He's not my homeboy.
Is he baby goat?
He'll have to earn that back. He's going to have to earn that back. Because, man, I saw you lose 31-9. He's going to have to earn that back. They talk shit about Brittany. They talk shit about Jackson. They talk shit about my pops. They talk shit about how light-skinned I am. They talk about my white mom. They talk about, we had the one run and Emmanuel Sanders didn't catch it, and that's why we won the bowl. They talk about how I didn't even deserve the Super Bowl MVP. Pat Mahomes has so much motivation to prove everybody wrong, except the believers in him, that it's going to be quite hilarious when they win the Super Bowl again this year and everyone had the Bills. I guess I'll throw it to you, Al, first. This isn't even really a question. It's just something I want to touch on. Do you think Pat has something for everybody?
Yeah, as a Patrick Mahomes fantasy owner and a glad one, I fully believe he has something for y'all. And if he could throw 5 touchdowns every week, I would very much appreciate it.
I think it's just because the Cardinals' defense is a top 5 worst defense. But
Well, yeah. I mean, he could throw 5 touchdowns just about every week, though.
he can.
He could.
Yeah. He threw
But-
4 touchdowns in a quarter with no Tyreek Hill 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a
No,
baseball
he's-
field.
He's on a mission. I mean, there's no doubt about it. No one ever questioned how good he is. People just kind of started going, "Oh, Josh Allen looks kind of good."
No, Justin Herbert. Yeah.
Herbert.
Oh, Lamar
Russell
Jackson.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
All right. Russell Wilson. We'll get to him in a sec. What do you think, Seth? I mean, this 44-21 blowout week 1, does this change your opinion on the Chiefs? Do you think they can make it any further than you had thought so beforehand?
I don't think it's that I didn't think the Chiefs can make it. I was a little bit worried. I don't want to say worried, but with their offense, I didn't know how he was going to do with the weapons that he has, not having Tyreek, not being able to stretch the field like they could in the previous years. But I mean, he came out and proved that he can still do it without Tyreek, and then some. So yeah, no, I think he definitely is feeling that where in the AFC he's not one of the most talked about quarterbacks because you got Herbert, like you guys said, you got Josh Allen. So
You
yeah,
got Burrow, you got Lamar, like all these guys.
yeah. No one's talking about Patrick Mahomes like we have in the past 3 to 4 years. So yeah, no, he came out and made sure that people are going to be talking about him this year.
I just wish you would have gave one of those like Kevin Durant, Pat Beverly press conferences. Like, man, we supposed to run a certain offense. Y'all want me to sit here and go back and forth with Pat Bev? Man, I'm Kevin Durant. Y'all know who I am. God, that was such a great moment. That was one of Katie's brightest moments, honestly. Patty, I got him all the way. I'll just keep it at that. I don't think he wins the MVP. There is a really, really interesting trend where these guys, and it's a quarterback award like you said, Alan, last time, but guys that win MVP don't go on and win the Super Bowl. That's just not how it goes. Brady in 2017 went on to lose to the Eagles. Matt Ryan went on to lose 28-3. Rodgers has never made it back since he won the bowl, and he's won 4 MVPs since he won that bowl in 2010. So it's just guys that win MVP usually don't do that. So I have a different guy. That guy's probably Lamar as far as my MVP pick right now. I just think he does more with less. I guess we can get into that in a little while when we do picks and fancy recap and stuff like that. But I just think Lamar does more with less compared to any other guy in the league. Patty has something for y'all, and I'll leave it at that. Stop talking shit about Jackson. I'll be like his fucking dad. Stop talking shit about Brittany. Stop talking shit about his light-skinned dad. Stop talking shit about his curly hair and how his voice sounds weird and all this shit. This is Pat. Okay? Project Pat. Do you know what that is? Thank you, George. see, George got flavor. George a real one in here. Let's talk about this. Russell Wilson went back to Seattle a couple nights ago to face the Seahawks, and they lost 17-16, the Broncos did, on a Brandon McManus kick that honestly went like 2 feet wide, 64 yards out. Nathaniel Hackett did not put the ball in Russell Wilson's hands. This was Russ's beef in Seattle. There was a mega bombshell piece that came out last Wednesday on ESPN.com that usually is like a June or July story. They call them hit pieces in the media. And it's usually where it's a character teardown and assassination. Now, we've seen it before. It usually happens when guys commit crimes, guys like Kareem Hunt. Video comes out about it. I'm just saying this is how it happens. Ray Rice. These things come out and they tear down careers. Russ, obviously, I don't think is a woman abuser at all. So, this piece was interesting. I know you guys didn't read it because you guys don't fucking read. But there, am I wrong? You guys don't fucking read. I sent it to Alex, like, oh, check it out. You didn't check it out.
I'm busy, man.
You're not busy at all.
I am.
No, you're not. Eating a chili dog casserole, you ain't busy.
I'm working. Always working. Always working.
Russ returning to Seattle. What do you guys think? I'm not even going to get into the ESPN article. Go check it out for yourself if you want to. It's like a 20-minute article. Very interesting. A lot of layers. The biggest thing I learned was not only were they trying to trade him last offseason, they really had a deal in place to send him to Cleveland for the first overall in 2018. That was a real thing draft night that I think Pete Carroll shot down. I think Pete Carroll, he makes the final decision in that organization. It got all the way to him, and he said, fuck no, I'm not trading Russell Wilson for Baker fucking bitch-ass fucking better bitches, better money. Like, I'm not doing all that, bro. And I'm going to shred Baker Mayfield here in a second. Al, what do you think about Russ going back to Seattle, though? You hate him.
I don't hate Russell Wilson. I just...
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I think for the last 2, maybe 3 years that Russell Wilson's been the most overrated quarterback in the league.
Thank you.
What has he done? I mean, ever since they haven't had the top defense, has he even won a playoff game?
One.
He's won one playoff game?
He's won one playoff game since the Blair Walsh shank.
Okay, so...
That was January 2016.
We got to go there.
I'm just saying. That was the 2015 season. We're in 2022. It's getting a little ridiculous, this whole Russell Wilson's great thing.
Yeah, and he hasn't, in my opinion, I've just never been that high on him. I've always thought he's been super overrated. And that Monday night game was a perfect example of why he's overrated. He threw for over 300 yards. Did he even throw a pick?
I don't think so. He threw a beautiful touchdown to Jerry Jeudy.
He threw a pick, threw a touchdown. But you only scored 16 points.
Right.
That's the perfect example of why Russell Wilson is the most, I hate using this phrase, but he's just so mid. He's the most mid quarterback in the NFL.
Over guys like Kirk.
Dude, I would take Kirk over Russell Wilson 100%.
Oh,
100%.
You like that?
Okay. All right.
Well,
I'll let that live.
Russell, You know how I feel about Russell.
I
I've
know.
never been high on Russell Wilson. I don't know why he.
That's
gets-
not true, though.
I don't know why he.
Al,
just
he
gets-
fucked you in a Super Bowl in fantasy, and you hated him ever since. Keep it a buck.
What? No, that was.
That was
what was that?
2019. 2019.
I thought that was Cam Newton that did that.
Because George got you, and it was because Russell Wilson.
No, that was because Cam Newton couldn't dump off to McCaffrey. Didn't give me a point when I lost by.
Oh, so now it's Cam Newton's fault, not Russell
It was
Wilson's?
Cam Newton's fault.
I thought it was Russell Wilson's.
I mean, he did his part, but
he had
individually-
4 fucking points in a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I'd
but
be pissed.
I lost by 1.5 points, and Cam Newton missed a dump off to Christian McCaffrey where he had 30 yards in front of him. Anyway, that's besides the point. But I've never been high on Russell Wilson. I think he's just the most overrated quarterback in the league, and I think Monday really, really showed. He's not gonna lose. He's not gonna win you games. He's not gonna go out and throw for. He's not gonna have Mahomes type days. He's not gonna have Josh Allen type days.
God.
He's gonna have
Pedestrian numbers.
270, a touchdown, no picks, but you're gonna only score 14 points.
14. Seth, what's up with you, man?
I mean, the fact that they didn't put the ball in his hands 4th and 5 with over a minute left, like you paid him all this money, you gave up all that draft capital to kick a 64-yard field goal. Is just insane to me.
In windy ass Seattle.
Yes,
It's
in
notorious for
Seattle.
being windy.
After he missed the first one. when he
Yeah.
got freebie.
No, yeah, you got to put the ball in Russell Wilson's hands right there. I mean, I do think Melvin Gordon fumbled on the 1-yard line. Javonte Williams fumbled on the 2-yard line. Those
Yeah.
are points that need to be on the board right there for them. I do think this game was Seattle's Super Bowl.
Yep.
Geno Smith, what was his stat line that game? He completed.
Pretty fucking good,
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
He's not going to do that every week of the year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think the Broncos they're going to bounce back. It was there was a lot of pressure on Russell Wilson that game, him going back to Seattle. So yeah, I think they'll be fine. The fact that they did not put the ball in his hands blew me away. It blew everyone away. Peyton Manning trying to call a timeout. You see that clip?
Oh man.
So yeah,
you
and
guys see Uncle Shannon Sharp up there talking to him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys like Uncle Shay Shay?
I love Shannon.
You don't watch MSP. You don't like Skip because he talked about Dak that one time.
no, I don't really care.
Oh, I thought that was your beef with Skip, is that he was making fun of Dak after, not making fun of him, but basically calling him a bitch after his dad.
Oh,
after his brother died, and he
I mean, that's
wanted to commit
fucked up.
suicide. It is fucked up, especially for Skip to talk about. Look, man. I still think the Broncos are good. I still think they have a chance to win the division. Russell didn't play in training camp. Did Judy or Sutton play in training camp? Maybe Judy. I don't think Sutton did because he's been hurt the last couple of years. They want to keep him out. He's a big body. I don't think Javonte touched the field. Melvin Gordon, I don't know why he's there. We know what's up with that.
Dude, they need to get him out of there. They need to let Javonte
Dude,
run.
that's his backfield.
It
I said
needs
this
to
in
be.
March. I said
Melvin
this in
Gordon-
fucking March.
Yeah, no, they need to get Melvin Gordon out of there and let Javonte take over. He looks so good. He's so explosive.
He's explosive.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's young, dude. He gets shot out of a fucking cannon every time he gets the goddamn football, and they want to put Melvin Gordon in. I don't understand it.
Makes no sense.
Look, it was Seattle's Super Bowl. Seattle, look, that's one of the 2 or 3 wins you're going to have all season long, so enjoy it. Everyone looked good. Even DK looked pretty good out there. He looked healthy. Tyler Lockett, nowhere to be seen. I think his career is kind of, done in Seattle. I'm not going to say just overall because I'm sure teams like the Chiefs, the Bills, the Bengals, the Ravens would take a deep threat like that, If Marquez Valdez-Scantling can get work, motherfucking homeboy I was just talking about could get work. Tyler Lockett, he can get work. So, a part of me feels like the Seahawks were supposed to win this game. A part of me feels like this is the Seahawks crescendo moment of their season. Like they were supposed to come out and beat Russ in Seattle after putting out the hit piece, the hit piece on ESPN. After talking all the shit they did, and those fans booed them right away.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
Right away. And I had a feeling they would. Russell has been, look, in the ESPN thing, they were saying he's been wanting out for a few years. He's had a beef with the offensive line. Guys like Dwayne Brown, an all-time great left tackle who has fallen off in recent years because he's fucking 40. Being pissed off that Russell's talking about, the offensive lines and good enough to the media. At the Super Bowl last year when Sierra was talking Roger Goodell's fucking ear off and Russell Wilson was sitting there just like this, like a fucking mannequin, letting this fucking woman talk to the commissioner the whole time. See, that's the thing about Russ. I feel like Russ is a little passive. He's a little passive. After reading all that stuff on ESPN, I'm like, and I learned this in the TV industry that I'm in. What you see on camera is not what you get, man. What you see on that camera ain't what you get with these people. And some people it is. Some people are nice. Some people do come across very well. Some people are themselves. It's an act. It's an act. Okay? I'm not going to say the whole Jesus thing is an act. I'm not going to go crazy scorched earth on the podcast today. But he is fucking phony.
Corny.
He's corny, bro.
Yeah.
He's just not. I don't want my quarterback having a disconnect with people. And I think guys on the team like him. We see the clip with DK, you know, man, I love you, bro. Give me another hug, bro. But he also made DK Metcalf, you know what I mean, a little bit. I mean, DK made DK, don't get me wrong. But Russell made DK a made man in football. DK can get a second contract now because Russell Wilson threw him the football for a few years. And, you know, he worked hard in his talents all the way there. But, you know, you gotta have a good quarterback to help you live good, you know? I mean, as far as getting paid and where you stand in fantasy and just in life. So, Russ, I was disappointed, but I'm not all the way off the, I'm not going to say the bandwagon of the Broncos. I'm just not all the way off the idea of them winning 10, 11 games. I like the way the running game looked. You said it yourself. They don't fumble twice within 2 yards. They're going to win by at least 6 points.
Even kick those field goals.
Even the field goal, not missing by 2 feet, they win the football game. There were so many variables that went into it. It was totally Seattle Super Bowl. Everyone was out there. There were like 0 Bronco fans. There was a lot of pressure on Russ. I'm sure he was very anxious, very emotional. You know, these guys are also human at the end of the day. I think people feel those emotions when you go back to some place you've been for 10 years that you built your entire life in. And I really think those boos in the beginning got in his psyche a little more. I don't think he expected that. I think he thought he would go out there and get a mixed bag. That wasn't a mixed bag. That was a full bag of one thing. Nothing but boos and jeers, man. So Broncos, I'm not all the way off them yet. They lost by 1 point. Seattle, congrats on the win, but we know they ain't going to do shit this year. Again, who would have thought they'd be the only 1-0 team in that division after week 1? I mean, we knew the Cardinals would probably lose. The Bills was going to be an interesting game, but we did not think the fucking Niners would go into Chicago and not win.
Yeah,
it was a monsoon and whatnot, but
still.
That game sucked. I don't want to get into that today. Let's go into one more thing before we take our first break. Baker Mayfield. Carolina Panthers quarterback. He's been in the league since 2018. First overall pick. Seahawks and Browns were debating trading Russell Wilson for this guy, basically, because he was the number 1 prospect back in 2018. They're at home. Carolina. It's their Super Bowl. Browns are coming to town. He knows Stefanski. Stefanski knows him. As far as Stefanski's concerned, he's made Kirk Cousins and Baker Mayfield made men in the NFL. And he might have a case. More so with Baker than Kirk. Kirk looks pretty good still. This guy ain't it. This guy ain't it. He's never been it. He never will be it. And he is everything I have always thought he was. A fucking prick. Baker Mayfield's the biggest prick in the NFL besides Aaron Rodgers. Because Rodgers is a fucking asshole these days. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know if the ayahuasca messed him up. I don't know what is going on, bro. But Rodgers is a fucking prick now, too. He's still complaining that he had to miss a game because COVID last year. That's last season.
Wait, what?
He's going on Rogan. He's going on fucking... And look, I'll talk about the Rodgers and Caleb Presley interview in a little while for favorite TikToks of the week, a brand new segment we have coming up. But... yeah, Rodgers is up there talking about, I gotta show you this video, talking about, you know, they hate him because he didn't give backs and all this stuff. And it's like, that's last year, bro. You lost Devontae Adams because of this shit. Because you're a drama king. Everything's always about Rodgers. Biggest ego in the NFL. We're not talking about Rodgers right now. Baker Mayfield, like, I don't have a leg to stand on when I say this, but man, this guy sucks. He stinks. I wish I had the Jim Rome. He stinks. I wish I had that noise. But I don't want to steal noises from other shows. This guy stinks, man. He just does. He's never going to be that guy. He never was that guy. Planting the flag in college. You know, this is why I don't watch fucking college football. Guys like this. I don't want to see guys like this win Heisman's, win shit over guys like Lamar Jackson, who was amazing at Louisville, a notoriously basketball institution. I don't want to see these guys be first overall, get their jerseys, get the most money they ever fucking made in their entire lives, and then they're just pricks the entire fucking time. It was Baker's fault, not Odell's fault. Never thought I'd say that sentence out loud. It was not Odell Beckham's fault. Odell made it happen in LA last year. Baker has better weapons now than he had on the Browns. Maybe the running game is not up to par because now there's two guys. But does McCaffrey not equal Chubb and Hunt together at his peak? I think he does, production-wise. I got DJ Moore. I got Robbie Anderson. That defense isn't nothing to scoff at. I don't get it. And I know that this is more of a kicker thing. We couldn't believe at the end of the morning, almost at shows, the morning games, how many kickers were missing potential winning or tying field goals. And it was getting a little ridiculous. But again, in week 1, these guys weren't out there, whatever. But for Baker to talk all this shit, and he should have just kept it to the chest. He should not have came out and invoked their name and said, I got something for Stefanski. I mean, he said these things. You don't do that in August. I know August is slow, and we got to find stories, and is Brady getting divorced, and who got a facelift, who tore their Achilles. I know August is slow. It ain't that fucking slow. It ain't that slow to where you should come out and talk shit about the team you're going to play in 2 or 3 weeks before you get shredded by them. Didn't Baker have 2 or 3 fucking turnovers? He's getting sacked by homeboy Myles Garrett, who I can tell you right now, Myles Garrett ain't your friend, bro. Myles Garrett, I don't care what kind of relationship you got with him. If Odell Beckham is your friend and you guys aren't friends no more, Myles Garrett's not your friend no more. And he had a better situation in Cleveland. Never thought I'd say that either. Al, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I held on to the hope with Baker Mayfield for longer than I probably should have, just because, I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we're all in the same boat where this was, and still is, his last shot. He's not going to get another starting shot, in my opinion, unless he goes to back somebody up and that person gets hurt. But is his ego even going to let him be a backup? Is he going to be like Johnny Manziel and just flame out?
They thought Baker was the sober Johnny Manziel. Turns out that's exactly what he fucking is. What do you got, Seth?
Yeah, no, I'm not a Baker fan. I don't got a lot to say on it. You can't come out and lose that game after saying the stuff that he did.
And have all those fucking commercials, which they don't even have commercials with him this year.
Against Jacoby fucking Brissett.
Who looked fucking bad.
Yeah.
Who looked
Really
bad.
bad.
The only bright spot on that whole team was Myles Garrett sacking Baker and Kareem Hunt having a day. That was the only thing that team had going for it. And they went into your building, nice weather. You know, the Carolinas are notorious for the monsoons and stuff like that. It was sunny skies, no clouds. And this motherfucker couldn't beat his old team? And he knew everything they were going to run against him? Really, dude?
Yeah.
Baker is a fucking prick. And I'm over it. I'm done now. Let's take a break real quick. When we come back, we're going to talk about Week 1 fantasy recap. We're going to have a new segment about our favorite TikToks of the week, and we'll get into our safest bets. All right, guys, and we are back. So let's get into this. Week 1 fantasy recap. My fantasy week did not go very well. In both my leagues, I ended up taking a loss. My team did score over 100 in both leagues, so I was like, okay, that's a positive sign, I guess. But we're going to be mostly talking about Seth's league here. And Seth, since you are the commissioner, since it is your league, let's throw it to you first. What happened in your Week 1 fantasy game, and how do you feel about your team?
So me and Al squared off in week 1. For some reason, it feels like we always do. I took the win. The score was, what was it? You got to pull it up?
146, 126.
146, 126. So I won by 20. I was down by 20 going into the Monday night game, and I had Javonte, Sutton, and then Denver's defense. So they got me 40 points. So, yeah, I'm feeling good about my team. Justin Jefferson dropping a 40-burger week 1. Oh, my. I love that. I love that.
I felt bad for your day. Because your day, I mean, it was like the Medusa roller coaster in Six Flags. I mean, you were at the top, and then things happened.
Yeah,
but
no. It was definitely a
I felt
tough
bad.
day with the whole Kane thing. But
I was like, this dude's actually drunk dealing with all this. This is crazy. You had 9 Coronas. We counted.
Did you count?
Yeah, before we left, you had 9. I don't know how many you had when we got back. But,
I didn't have any more.
I didn't figure. But yeah, 9 Coronas. Yeah, 9.
Let's see if I can top that this week.
I don't want to see that shit. Al, what's up with you, man?
Yeah, so obviously took the loss this week. T. Higgins getting hurt in the first quarter really didn't help me out. And then I don't know what the fuck was up with Kamara. Apparently he had a rib injury, so that played a role in that. And then I mean, you know, just obviously Patrick Mahomes absolutely carried my ass. But after that, I mean, it was just, you know, Marquise Brown with 14, Dalvin had 14. You know, it's basically just balanced scoring after that. I mean, 126 still isn't a bad score.
No.
So, I mean, with T going out and with Kamara having really no playing time, I feel like it was actually a pretty successful week for my team. And I did make a trade that I feel pretty good about. So that'll be coming through the wire. Got a good waiver wire pickup, so Yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling good.
Why do you trade so early?
So
And why are you so eager all the time?
No. So here's the thing. I get on the waiver wire this morning. I do my thing. You know, I get up Wednesday mornings a little early, hit the wire, as most people probably do. I notice, I'm like, Byron picked up Zach Moss. So I go and look at his team. Oh, he also has James Cook. I think there's somebody else he wants.
Wait, so he has all 3 Bills running?
No, he dropped James Cook, I think.
Okay.
But I was like, you know what? I'm going to try and get Breece Hall from him. I like Breece Hall's upside. I think Singletary's good, but even when they were up by 3 touchdowns, they were still throwing the ball. I'm like, Singletary's not going to, he's, you know, like me and you said, he's a bye-week guy at best. Breece Hall, I think, is someone who has a lot more upside. So I was like, you know what? Let's give it a whirl. Byron's a Bills fan. That was what I kind of drafted him for. And it worked out.
Can I borrow your phone real quick? I'll look at my score. Thank you, because I'm using the phone over there. Let's see. Matchup. Week 1. Where am I at? So, my ass lost to, where am I? Stepdaddy Dale, to Sturge. Sturge has a fucking rockin' ass team. Lost 139 to 123. And it's because of one dude, and it's because of Rodgers. If Rodgers has any sort of respectable game, I'm at least in the game with Sturge, because Rodgers had 3.7. If he scores 16 more, I'm hanging around the 140 mark, and 20 a week is very doable, I think, for Aaron Rodgers. So if he has any sort of good week at all, I feel good about my chances in the game. But otherwise, man, look, Sturge had a loaded-ass team, and he's going to be one of the toughest outs this year. He had 4 guys score at least 18 points. That was Hurts, Kupp, Tyreek Hill, and Antonio Gibson. Had a very good week. My guys did pretty good for me. Otherwise, Jalen Waddle had a touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown had a touchdown. By the way, you guys got to stop. You guys. My dad. Look, he's good, bro. Like, this whole, like, who's Amon-Ra St. Brown? I don't know who the fuck that is. Where the fuck did he go to college? It's disrespectful.
I didn't say it wasn't good.
It's disrespectful.
Having him as your wide receiver 1?
He's not my wide receiver. He's my wide receiver 2. Jalen Waddle's the number 1.
Hey, what's your team name?
Waddle's a good wide receiver 2, though. He's not a wide receiver 1.
That's not what I taught him. I taught him how to waddle. I did not teach him how to do that. That's fucking weird. Hey, where'd you get the team name waddling?
You.
Yeah.
I got it from you, bitch.
I didn't even get to review my new. I like my new team name. That was good.
Got it from you.
Thank you.
Why are you thanking me?
Huh? I wanted my credit
for using your
I wanted
trademark.
my
Oh
credit.
yeah, no, I got you. Yeah,
Okay.
I got you on the pod. What? I got him on the pod. I was gonna do it in the public. Yeah, you know, you don't have a real friendship with someone until you go public with it. That's like a girlfriend. Jonathan Taylor, 27.5 points for me. Easily my number 1 score. I really appreciate that, JT. Thank you very much. I can't believe he's still as fucking good as he was last year. I didn't expect a 27 burger. I was like, wait a fucking second. This dude had, what do you have? Let me go back to his stats. 31 rushes, 161 yards, 7 targets, 4 catches, 14 yards. That's whatever. It's all about the rushing. I didn't realize the scoring made it to where these guys, it's 10 points every yard?
Yeah.
That's how it's always been, right?
Yeah.
It's the PPR that's making the big
Yeah.
difference.
Every 10 yards they get a point.
Because playoff Lenny had like 157 yards, 50 and point. I was like, yeah, 157 yards.
He didn't score any tutters, though.
Yeah, I know. That sucks. And my guy Chubb, he did good. Greg Joseph, 13 points. I figured week 1. I mean, you know, the Vikings. I changed to the Packers just to be a
Devil's advocate.
Sure, we'll go with that. My bench did okay. Otherwise, man, I don't feel too bad. I think that we're going to have a good season as far as my team goes. As far as the other league, Rick's league, because he's commissioner, I got to give Rick Young his props. Maybe not his props, just his due. Yeah, he's a commissioner. If I'm the commissioner of a league, don't call me commissioner. I'm Commissioner Mayfield, motherfucker. George, I love George's reactions, bro. We need to have a separate camera to have George's reactions. He's like Meatball on the Sunday conversation with Caleb, which we'll get to that in a sec. But I like my team over there as well. T. Higgins got hurt in the first quarter. He's one of my guys over in that league. I got Amon-Ra. I got Waddle. My running backs, I don't really remember who the fuck I got. I think it's Mixon and Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones didn't do shit. The whole Packers team didn't do shit.
What is that, an 8-man league?
It's 12.
What?
It's a 12.
There's no way.
It's a 12-man.
Nah.
It's a 12. I'm telling you, if I had my phone's filming, but if I had my phone on me, I would show you my team. I got Burrow, Higgins, Jones, Mixon, Amon-Ra.
Whoa.
I got motherfucking. Thank you, George. My name's Buster Hyman over in that league. I got Burrow.
Where'd you get that from?
My dad. Burrow, Mixon, Jones, Higgins, Waddle, Dawson Knox. Thanks for nothing. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Miami's defense, who fucking. By the way, that Mac Jones shit you were talking about, it's true. They got a touchdown, an interception. They got 2 fumble recoveries. 7 sacks, it looks like. Harrison Butker did okay. My team's okay over in that other league. I have Isaiah Pacheco. I got Sky Moore, Drake London, Traylon Burks. All the young guys. You just never know how the young guys are going to go. So, anyway, I think I'll do okay. Scored 113 week 1 in that league. I'm just getting blown out. And this happened last year. I started 0-4, and I was getting blown out by 20, 30 points by everyone. Eventually, people cool off, and I cool off as well. But 120, 130 a week, I cannot complain, especially with Rodgers being as bad as he was. I can't complain. If that's how it goes every week, I think I'll be right there in it. I'll be right in the thick of things. Let's get into this, guys. Favorite TikToks of the week. So we have a brand new segment here on the Blake Mayfield pod, favorite TikToks of the week. And basically, we're going to be talking about, and for video, I don't know if it's going to be that very, I don't know if it's going to be very well done for you guys because it's going to be more of an audio thing, but we're going to talk about our favorite TikToks and basically just kind of what made us laugh. And it doesn't have to be sports-based. It could be anything in the world. It could be anybody. I don't care if Andrew Tate is in your video. I mean, I'm not going to cancel anyone. So, we have a good thing going. I want to start this off with the Sunday conversation between Caleb Presley and Aaron Rodgers. And again, my phone is recording, so I don't know if I'll be able to hook up to Bluetooth and play it or whatnot. But very funny. Barstool Sports, Caleb Presley, he's amazing. He's done the Hasbulla interview before. I think he's had Drewski on. I know he's had, my name color black, but when you see me, I am white. Like that was his. Do you remember that video?
Yeah.
I might fuck your white wife. He said, I bring the biggest gun to the knife. The Sunday conversations are fucking awesome, man. So Barstool Sports, that is a total winner. Between that and Call Her Daddy, 2 humongous fucking hits on that network. So anyway, that's who I got. I don't have the audio, unfortunately. But Al, what do you have for your favorite TikTok of the week? What was the funniest thing you saw?
So it's hard. I need to start saving those to start saving them for the podcast. I was a little unprepared for this one, but I'm gonna go with one I sent you this morning, which ironically was the morning that the waiver wire hit. It's a black screen and then a guy flashes on him and he's like barely awake and it's like
2 a.m.
It's like me waking up at 2 a.m. for the waiver wire.
Oh, I did see that one now. Okay,
and then he just goes, yes, and then goes back to bed. But because that's what you feel like, especially if you get the guys you had claims in for. It's like, nice.
The guys you don't get though, or
Yeah.
week 10, week 11, when you're number 7 on the board and you need guys, and then people are just stealing.
I'm
them.
saving
Yeah,
that number
like,
one.
what the
I am
fuck is that?
saving it.
I was going to, but I'm like Isaiah Pacheco. I'm like, once I saw he was available, I'm like, I gotta go Isaiah Pacheco.
No one put in the claim for Curtis Samuel,
That was interesting.
so I picked him up. I was like,
Yeah, he had a really good game. Carson Wentz is out there. He had 23 fantasy points.
hey, why? Okay, so you were looking for a quarterback. You didn't put in a claim for one?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I have Aaron Rodgers.
Sturge picked up the quarterback. I was like, why does nobody have Jameis Winston?
It's a good
Yeah.
pickup.
I was like, why?
It's a good pickup. It's
I was
good.
surprised nobody had him.
I mean, look, not afraid to admit this here. I'm stacking my pieces so I can make a huge midseason trade. That's my thing every
You're
year.
not getting Justin Jefferson.
I didn't ask for him. I don't fucking need him.
I think everybody could need Justin Jefferson.
Everyone could use Justin Jefferson. Not everyone needs Justin Jefferson. There's a big difference between need and want. I can want anything I want. Of course, I want Justin Jefferson. I want Cooper Kupp. I want Josh Allen as my quarterback. I want a lot of things. I want vagina. I want a lot of shit.
All right.
But you don't always get things in life that you don't want. You guys do. That's where we're different. Seth, favorite TikTok of the week, man.
Oh man, I don't know. Picking one specifically is hard.
Are you a big TikToker anyway?
I not like huge. I do get on it pretty often, but not like I won't sit there for hours and scroll through it. I do think it's funny though. All up until football season, my whole TikTok was golf. Right after, as we did the fantasy draft, completely on after that, it's all fantasy football stuff now. I'll see people doing waiver wire pickups, trade packages, stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have a specific TikTok, but my For You page is all fantasy football right now.
So no video.
No particular video, but
Okay. All right, fair enough. Let's talk about this, guys. Safest Bets. Another brand new segment we had on the show that we started last week. So I don't know how you guys fared. I went 0-1. I'm 0-1 on the year on my safest bets. So maybe if you're in Vegas or in Reno or you're on FanDuel and you can bet in the state you live in, don't ask me for advice because it's apparently not very well. I had the Panthers over the Browns money line. That did not work out. The Browns won at the last second on a field goal kick. So, Seth, I'll throw it to you first. You look a little more prepared than Brother Al over here. Who is your safest bet for week 2 to win money?
Cincinnati Bengals over the Cowboys. I think their offense is going to bounce back in a big way, and the Cowboys are in a god-awful spot right now. They're going to have, who is it, Cooper Rush is their quarterback?
He beat you in Minneapolis at full strength.
He did.
On Sunday Night Football.
You've seen Sunday Night Football this last week, that Cowboys team with Dak.
They were bad with Dak.
They were awful with Dak.
They were fucking bad.
So
that game sucked. I literally turned it off.
Oh, it was an awful game.
The third quarter, I turned it off.
Yeah. No, so I'm taking the Bengals over the Cowboys, and I don't think it's going to be close. What's the...
I say, well, what's the over-under on that one?
I don't know.
7.5.
Yes.
Oh, that's high.
Ooh, I'm still taking it.
That's
But if you're
high.
taking, we're talking spread or money line.
Either one.
Okay.
Either one. The safest
Straight up win, Bengals are going to beat the Cowboys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your safest bet of the week is Bengals money line.
Yes.
Okay.
So I picked against them last week. I'm probably going to pick against them a lot. I got Steelers over the Patriots. I don't get how at home the Steelers are 2-point underdogs to the Patriots.
What?
The Patriots looked fucking terrible.
Oh, God.
That defense looks like nothing like what we've watched the last couple of years. The
lost everyone.
The offense is abysmal.
Yeah.
I mean, Mac Jones, I wasn't big on Mac Jones last year, but I think he's going to have a really bad year. But there's just nothing to be excited about over there. I mean, you have Bill Belichick, but Mike Tomlin's a pretty fucking good coach, too. So I think Pittsburgh being underdogs is crazy, and I think they're going to beat the Patriots. I don't know by how much, but, you know. A spread that I really, really like, New Orleans at home plus 2.5 against the Bucks.
Yeah.
2.5 point underdogs at home to the Bucks.
They always play them tough.
Yeah, they do.
Always.
They
And
do.
it seems like they beat them at least once.
And it's usually in the Superdome.
Yeah.
That's where they're at this
I
weekend.
like that spread.
Okay. All right. I was going to ask you about one of those bets. I forget now. It'll come back to me. Safest bets week 2. I'm a moneyline guy. Everyone knows that. Occasionally I get a little parlay going if I think I'll give my guys a touchdown or something like that. As we all know, I bet $50 on that Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham, Rams moneyline parlay. Won $75. I did that in February. Felt pretty good about myself. George is... He's all looking confused. That was a really fun parlay. It's fun when all the legs of your parlay hit. It just fucking is, even if it's only 3 of them. So I'm a money line guy. I don't understand the spreads. That stuff is just fucking Spanish to me. Packers over Bears. Simple as that. I don't care what the line is. I think it's fucking what?
Bold.
Minus 8.5 or something. I mean, it's like some stupid shit. It's a 10?
Yeah.
I'll say it's some dumb shit. So I don't know if I'd take that because, again, winning by more than 10 points in the NFL, honestly, it doesn't happen very often. I mean, it happens all the time because it happens every week. But out of the 15, 16 games, only 2 or 3 are decided by something more than, 6, 7 points. That's just the way it goes. Everyone's good in the NFL. So, safest bets of the week, I think the Packers bounce back. If I'm not mistaken, Tunyon is somewhere close to returning, if not returning. Did he return?
Lazard didn't play. Tunyon played last week.
He didn't do shit then.
No. None of them did shit.
Christian Watson, fucking bench that dude.
Dude, yes, they would have scored a touchdown.
Man, that motherfucker can't even run a Devontae route. I think I can run the Devontae route better than he can. The fuck? Take 2 steps upfield, fucking cut, the ball's gonna be right here, and go. He can't even fucking do that.
Yeah, but I mean, Rodgers not throwing the ball to the 4th quarter after that first play. That doesn't help either.
Don't drop. Don't drop.
He's a rookie. He's going to drop the ball.
It's all about trust. You know this better than anyone.
How you going to
Sports
gain
is about
trust?
trust.
How are you going to gain the trust?
I'm not throwing to the fucking rookie. If I'm Rodgers, I'm not throwing to Christian. I'm not leaving the fate of the game in Christian Watson's no hands.
But they went out in there and drafted him. Like, they obviously have faith in him. He's going to drop the ball. He's a rookie. They're going to make mistakes.
I understand all that, but that doesn't warrant me having to throw this motherfucker the ball to develop him. I'm Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to develop nothing. Develop the fucking team.
And that's the mentality that killed them.
What?
Him not being able to throw the ball to those guys killed them.
He can throw it to Devontae.
No, he can't.
Devontae's in Vegas.
Guys, I'm talking about the last 2 years.
Well, I'm talking about now.
What are you trying to say then, fucking Viking? You're just trying to fucking argue.
No,
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say
you're arguing in circles.
No, I'm trying to say is he's got to be able. even if they drop the ball, like Christian Watson did on their very first offensive play, he's got to be able to go back to them sooner than the fourth quarter. Like, that's how you're going to gain his trust.
I don't know, man. I mean, we also saw Marquez Valdez drop the same type of balls for the last 3 or 4 years.
And he still threw it to him.
No, he didn't. Not when it mattered.
Okay, but he also had Devontae Adams then. So he didn't really have to throw to Valdez-Scantling.
Man, I'm sitting here and having a Christian Watson versus Devontae Adams argument with you.
I'm not
just
saying-
not fucking doing it.
I'm
Christian
not
Watson
saying-
will never be as good as Devontae
I'm
Adams.
not saying versus Devontae Adams. Okay, just go on.
I'm just saying, he'll never be as good. I got Packers over Bears. This is going to be a pretty easy one. The Bears coming off, I'm not going to say they're Super Bowl, but coming off a really, honestly pretty surprising win.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Why? Because Trey Lance isn't looking good, and I like Trey Lance?
I'm not a Niner fan.
Why? Because less?
The-
I wish you guys would come on here and just say the names and just say why you don't like
it's
motherfuckers.
not just him. I just don't like their fan base.
Steve?
No. It's not.
I'll name all the Niner fans.
No, it's more the
Tim?
Oh my God, no, not those. I like all those guys. But yeah, the whole Lance thing, all the praise that Lance was getting,
He's got to prove it first.
They jumped the gun on him.
He's got to show it first. He's got to show it. It was a monsoon. It was Chicago. The field's one of the worst fields in football. We'll see how he does this week. I think they'll be okay. Anyway, safest bet for me of the week, Packers money line over Bears if you want to take the 10.5 point spread. Honestly, you're probably good to go. I see the Packers winning by 2 touchdowns. Rodgers doesn't have 4 touchdowns a lot, to be honest with you. He did in 2020, not so much last year. We will see a 4 touchdown effort. It's a Lambeau home opener against the Bears, I still own you. I still own you. It's going to come out. It's going to happen. We're going to take a break, guys, and when we come back, we will give you guys our week 2 picks. There we go. Can you pause the video, Jordan? All right, guys, and for one last time, we are back. Week 2 picks. So, in week 1, which is always the toughest week to predict because it's so unpredictable, me, Al, and Matty Ice went 9-6. We got a win on the week. Seth went 7-8. George went 6-9. Standings overall after 1 week: me, Al, and Matt 1-0. Seth and George are 0-1. Very, very early on in the season. Let's start right here, guys. Thursday night football, and quite frankly, the game of the week: Chargers at Chiefs. First game, Amazon Prime. Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit. It'll be exciting. Al, who you got, man?
I'm gonna go Chiefs.
What was that?
Patty's got something for y'all.
Even Herbert, huh?
He's got something for everybody.
Seth.
I'm gonna go Chiefs too. I picked against them last week and went with the Cardinals, and
Worked out.
yeah. So yeah, I'm going Chiefs too.
Chargers, three of the last 4 years, have gone on Arrowhead and beaten the Chiefs. They'll make that 4 out of 5 come tomorrow. I got the Chargers. And look, Keenan Allen, out. J.C. Jackson, I have no idea. It's going to be a track meet. It's going to be everything we think it will be. But I think Staley's boldness against a team like the Chiefs works well. I think you have to be bold against a team like the Chiefs and apply pressure. They're one of those teams that if you don't apply the pressure, they never feel it. I still like the pass rush. I think our running game is better. I think they don't have a good running game over there. I like Isaiah Pacheco, but the touchdown he got, if I'm not mistaken, was a pass catch touchdown. I know he's wearing number 10. He looks good, but he's also the 3rd running back on the depth chart. And I like him in fantasy because I think he'll peak later on in the season when I need him to. But as a Thursday night, tomorrow, and look, it's the Chiefs home opener. First Thursday night game. I understand totally the whole, there's no way the Chiefs lose an Arrowhead or whatever. But we say this every year when the Chargers go there. Every year. I saw Phillip Rivers beat them with Mike Williams in 2018. I remember 2019 very well. I think we lost the game in Arrowhead. But 2020, we went in there and beat them. And then last year, a Thursday night football game. 2020 was a Thursday night game. We went in there and beat them. Last year was also week 2. It was a Sunday 10 a.m. game, and Herbert had, I think, 3 or 4 touchdowns, and Mahomes threw a pick in the 4th quarter, and that was that, and we beat him. So I'm probably going to be lone wolf on this one, and you got to get a leg up somehow, some way in these picks to have a good week. So I'm going to go Chargers, man. Thursday night football, I got them. 10 a.m. on Sunday. We got 9 games in the morning slate. 7 games in the morning slate. First one is Patriots and Steelers. Who you guys have?
Steelers.
Al.
Well, Pittsburgh was my lock of the week, so I'm going to go ahead and stick with them.
I'm going to go Pittsburgh as well. I just don't see it with New England this year. They lost JC. They lost Kyle Van Noy. They don't have an offensive coordinator. They want their defensive coordinator to be the offensive coordinator. They want crackhead Belichick to be the fucking offensive guy all of a sudden.
They want Mac Jones to be their quarterback.
What's the Mac Jones hate?
He's bad.
Did he fuck a girlfriend of yours?
No, he's bad.
What's the Mac Jones hate?
He's bad.
Did he say something about you?
He is bad.
He's not that bad.
He's pretty bad.
Where does he rank?
Fuck. Low 20s, 26?
Low 20s.
26, 25?
I think that's actually fair.
Low 20s.
Dude, he's bad.
Is Baker Mayfield better than him?
I'm taking Baker over him.
Oh.
I'd probably take Mac over Baker.
Yeah, I think I want Mac over Baker. One guy's a fucking
It's close,
diva, the other
though.
one isn't.
It's close, though.
Baker loves football.
Baker does not
Baker
love football.
does love football.
Baker loves
Baker
fucking
loves
attention.
football.
Baker loves attention.
He loves football.
Baker loves attention. Mute that mic. Baker loves attention. Panthers and Giants. I got Steelers. Panthers and Giants.
I'm going to go Giants.
Hey, George Torres and I, man. Look, shout out to George behind the camera, bro. Me and him had Saquon. Me and him said Saquon for 150 and a tud. Guess what Saquon Barkley had? 150 and a tud. I swear to God, they should ask me who the fuck's going to win the lottery next year because I fucking predict the future right every goddamn time. George Torres. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, bro. Panthers and Giants. Who you got, Seth?
Giants.
Oh, wow. Damn, I thought I was
You're not going to pick him again.
I thought I was going to go bold. I'm not picking fucking Baker. I'm not picking Baker. I don't believe in him. 2 road games to open the year. Or no, they played at home. That's how bad that loss was. I thought it was a road game. Going to New York, home opener. The Giants fans are pretty rowdy. Not like the Jets fans, because the Jets fans are just miserable and drunkies. But outside of Gary V. But home opener. I think the Giants are actually kind of good this year. I don't think they're going to do anything in the playoffs. I don't think they make a 7th seed. Don't get me wrong. But they're one of those weird 7-10, 8-9 teams that it's like.
Put it this way. Sorry to cut you off.
They're good.
They're going to be good enough to fuck themselves out of a top 3 quarterback in the draft. That's what they're going to be.
Why is everything such a negative connotation with you?
Well, no.
Why can't the Giants have a decent season?
That's what I'm saying. They're going to be good enough to not get one of the top three guys.
See, the thing...
Because Daniel Jones, he's not.
He's not it. He's not it. He's not it. And Saquon Barkley, though.
He's it. Brian Dable is it? Dable? He has unlocked him.
All right, man. Jets-Browns, man. Jets-Browns.
Do you want me to go? Oh.
Yeah.
Jets. I'm going Jets.
Why?
I don't know. I just got one of them weird feelings, man.
Is it Mike White Brady?
I think Joe Flacco gets benched and Mike White brings in the magic.
Okay, so on the waiver wire today, I picked up the Browns defense because I know I'm going to at least a pick, probably a touchdown, and probably a fumble recovery. I think the Jets are going to go in there and get absolutely stomped out. I don't think Saleh probably is the guy. I don't like any of their skill guys. You traded for Breece Hall. That's fantastic. He didn't look good in preseason at all. He didn't look very much better last week. There's no point in me going Jets on this one. I have Browns at home. And they went into Carolina when I didn't think they would and beat them with Jacoby Brissett. Now, Brissett will probably lose you 1 or 2 games, but that defense will probably save you 1 or 2 games. This is the Jets. This is a bottom feeder. Bottom 3 team in the league. I'm going to go Browns. Colts and Jaguars.
Come on, man. When's the last time the Colts won in Jacksonville?
Yeah, I'm taking the Jags.
Yeah, I'm too.
Come on, man.
I'm too.
It don't matter who the quarterback is. They don't win in Jacksonville.
That Florida Heat, man.
Andrew Luck couldn't even win there.
That's crazy. Do we look back on Andrew Luck's career with a little more recognition than it deserves? Was he that good in the NFL? Was he ever a top 3 quarterback?
No.
Was he ever a top 5 quarterback?
He won MVP one year, didn't he?
No.
Oh, I thought he won an MVP.
No, he didn't. He absolutely did not. I just feel like whenever we talk about Andrew Luck, and I hope he's happy now, I hope he's healthy, that's why he retired, but we talk about him like he was Peyton or Brady or Montana. He was Andrew Luck. He played 6 seasons. He retired before his 7th.
I don't think he played long enough to get that.
He made one AFC title game.
He was good.
Yeah, they beat the Chiefs and Alex Smith was there. Like,
He was good. Don't get it wrong, but
he was good, but he wasn't
play long enough to compare him to anyone like that.
Right. Trevor Lawrence is probably another one of those situations. See the way I looped that back in?
Yeah.
See the way I looped that back in? I just don't see it with Lawrence, but I do think the Jaguars win this week. Dolphins or Ravens?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Let's go, bro. Let's go. Start waddling on these motherfuckers.
I got the Ravens.
All right. What was that?
I think I pulled a hammer.
Keenan Allen?
Yeah.
Alec Allen? You have Ravens. Why is that?
Like you said, you gotta make a pick to try and get a leg up. You guys are going Dolphins.
I didn't say that. I just waddled.
Your team name is Waddling. You just got up and did the Waddle.
I'm not a
out.
dumb fuck. I'm not going to take them every single week because my team name is Waddle. I gotta
I'm,
take them every
I'm
week.
taking the Ravens. So you take
I'm
it.
going to take the Ravens too. I'm not dumb. Who you got, Al?
I just stood up and waddled. Who do you think I have?
Why in Miami?
I don't know. I really like the defense.
Are you a Tua truther?
That's the one thing I'm not a truther about.
Oh, you're not a Tua truther.
I'm about 50-50 zone with Tua, but I really like the defense. I like the weapons. I think Chase Edmonds will have a better game this week. Offensive line's very much improved. This will be a pretty big test for Mike McDaniel.
I think the Dolphins keep it close. Ravens home opener. I like home opening games. I just think that there's good energy, good vibes, for the team and whatnot. These guys sleep in their own beds. They only have to travel 20 minutes on the commute to the stadium instead of flying cross country. Dolphins coming from Miami to Baltimore. Now this time of year it's not very cold in Baltimore, but nonetheless, man, I just don't think Tua is that guy really. I think he can win you a lot of those home games. He'll win you the occasional game in New England or game against the Jets. But going into Lamar's place and beating him, I just don't see it. I think Lamar and Andrews finally hook up a little bit as well. I got Ravens. Bucks at Saints.
That's tough.
I got Saints. I'll just throw it out there. I got Saints.
Mm-hmm.
I got Saints.
Yep.
I'll take the Bucks. Give me the Bucks.
Why?
I don't know. I want to pick the Saints, but I'm going to stick with the Bucks. I don't know. It could go one of two ways. I'm so torn on this game because the Saints always play the Bucks really good, but yeah, I'm going to take the Bucks this week.
Now, should we be a little more cautious because it's Dennis Allen, not Sean Payton?
Well, who's
Sean
the
Payton's
one that was calling the defense against the Bucks every year?
I get that, but that offense also looked pretty good. The first time, last year, the 9-0 game was just a terrible game. But the first time when James tore the ACL and stuff, that's a Sean Payton-led offense.
Yeah.
Mike Thomas is there. Jarvis Landry looked pretty good.
Yeah, he did.
Alvin Kamara, can he do anything at all? It's the
fucking
Superdome. I think it's one of those things where, like we talked about a couple weeks ago, in sports, you can look at someone across the line or look at a uniform and psych yourself out, quote unquote. That's Brady with the Saints. He's always had those teams, Dolphins, Saints, Giants. I think he gets psyched out a little bit. It's a human thing. I got Saints. Last morning game, we have Commanders at Lions.
I'm going to go with my guy Dan Campbell.
Okay.
My guy.
I am also going to take the Lions. They played a really good Eagles team last week. Sorry. It just popped in my mind. They played a really good Eagles team last week and only lost by 3. Put up 35 points on them. DeAndre Swift ran for 145 yards. If Jared Goff plays just slightly better than he did last week, they win this game.
I'm going to go Detroit as well. Had Commanders last week. I think it's just because it was an easy opponent. I like the Lions this year. I really do. I like their coaches. I like that their whole coaching staff is former players that understand the players. That's something that's been really lacking around the league as of late. So I love that. Obviously, I bought into the Hard Knock stock. While they did lose last week, I still think the stock price is doing okay. It was $2 a share when I bought it. It's $2.50 now. We went up a little bit. People kind of recognize what's going on. But until they start winning games, stock price won't jump. I need that shit to jump. I have the Lions. 105 and 125. We have 5 games this week, so hopefully nothing we'll be too bored about in the afternoon games. First one we got is Seahawks at 49ers.
Yeah, 49ers get back on track this week.
Where are they at? They're at?
Santa Clara.
Yeah, they should win this game.
Now, if this was in Seattle,
I still take the Niners.
I think I'd go Seattle. But it's at Levi's, home opener, nice weather. It'll be 70 degrees, no rain, no monsoon. The field isn't all fucked up. I think Trey Lance and the team gets back on track. The Niners are really good. Debo scored a touchdown still last week. They're going to decide who the back is at some point, or they're going to do the two running back committee thing, which as of late has been working out around the league. I mean, i.e. Dolphins, Saints, Browns, of course the Browns. Even the Vikings to an extent over the last few years. So I got Niners. I think they get back on track as well. Falcons at Rams.
Yeah.
Rams back on track.
Yeah, Rams.
I don't even want to spend too much time here.
Fuck that, I'm going Falcons.
You're going to go Falcons?
Yep. Marcus Mariota, my boy.
Is this just for the pod, or are you actually going to take this team? Okay.
Well, I'm going to take him.
All right, there we go. Cardinals at Raiders. First game in Vegas. Vegas opener. This year.
I'm
that
pulling up
is.
some compelling content real quick. Hold on.
Okay, who you got, Seth? It is the early part of the year for the Cardinals.
It is, but they did not look good.
Score more points than the Raiders did.
Yeah, but I'm going to go Cardinals. Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. Why Cardinals? 0-2 for the yeah. 0-2 for the Raiders though. Really? Chargers and Cardinals is a tough couple games.
Coming into the year, I thought they were going to get last in the division.
Over Russell Wilson?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You got Al.
It is crazy that the Raiders are 5.5-point favorites in this game. If I was in a state where I could bet, I would be hammering Arizona 5.5 points to cover the spread. I'm going Cardinals. I think they win outright.
Wow. Couple Cardinals picks.
I think the 5.5-point spread is crazy.
Look, I know the Cardinals are good early in the year. I don't like that defense. I mean, even J.J. Watt is not playing. The only guy I could even think of is fucking Budda Baker. And even then, he's only a safety. The Raiders at home. I've seen Kyler fold like a lawn chair at a high school football game before when he goes to places that are hostile, i.e. the Rams playoff game. I'm going to go Raiders. They're too good to go 0-2. I just, and I know that the offensive line is in trouble. I know the defense is not as strong as people would like them to be. I also realize they have Renfro, Waller, and Adams. And Derek Carr is not pedestrian. He has improved over the last few years. Took a big jump, I think, in leadership and character last year, dealing with all the stuff they had to deal with. And I think that this stuff is good stuff. It translates. I like. They should have won that Charger game kind of low key. Like, they had the ball. They turned it over yet again. I know Keenan Allen went out, J.C. Jackson went out, but they didn't look too bad. They had a chance to get back into it and win that game at the end. I don't think they go 0-2. I think the Cardinals are really a bad team. I don't like any of their weapons outside of Hollywood, and even then he's inconsistent. I'm going to go Raiders on that one. Texans and Broncos.
This is the trap game of the week. I said Texans were the trap game. I think the Texans might be a trap game just about every week.
But they had a tie last week.
Against the Colts, who they're one of the better teams. At least they're going to win that division.
You know, man, we say this shit. When was the last time the Colts won a playoff game?
That's fair. But they're going to win that division.
They should.
They should. They should.
I'm going to go Texans.
Wow.
Let's
All right.
ride.
I got Denver as well. I like Denver.
Yeah, I think they bounce back.
Russ bounces back. Russ isn't trash.
There's not the stress that there was on last week's.
On the Seattle game, yeah. I'm with you.
Russ
Home
is gonna
opener.
play loose, he's going to sling that thing around.
Pause.
Pleasure to watch news like that, bad boy. Excuse me? Barkley. Denver's a football town. There's a lot of good shit going on. The Colorado Avalanche won the Stanley Cup. I know none of us talk about hockey here. Jokic and the Nuggets have a chance to make a Western Conference run. We'll do some NBA stuff here in a month or so. But they're getting guys back over there. But this is a football town. And I think the football team is good. I still love the defense. There's nothing not to like about that defense. Bradley Chubb
looked
Randy
really
Gregory,
good.
fucking amazing.
He
Randy
looked really
Gregory's up
good.
there. You know, I love Simmons, Fuller, and Sertanis. Fuller's still there, right?
Simmons just got put on IR, actually.
For what? What did he do?
I forget what it was.
I seen that.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's out at least 4 games. I mean, I'm still taking him in this game, but that's a big loss for them.
So Kyle Fuller, what happened to Kyle Fuller? I thought
He
was
just
good.
tore his ACL in Baltimore.
Yeah, I'll still stick with Broncos. The Texans aren't that great, in my opinion. Bengals and Cowboys last afternoon game.
Yeah, it's fucking Bengals. I'm not.
You not afraid of Cooper Rush, Seth?
No.
Were you afraid of him last year when he won?
That was in the Zimmer era. We are out of that. We don't talk
The
about
Zimmer era. It's the most successful era you've had since fucking Purple People Eaters.
it. We didn't win a Super Bowl. It wasn't successful.
Fair enough. Sunday Night Football. The NFL's oldest rivalry, the oldest rivalry in the book. Can we just fucking be honest? The NFL has grandfathered in so many things that are fantastic. This ain't one of them.
No.
Can you tell me the last great Bears-Packer game? I can tell you the last game I remember.
I own you.
Yeah, no, this is...
Not only that, but Week 17, 2013, the Randall Cobb touchdown. When he got open on the last play of the game, 30 seconds to go, Rodgers
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
touchdown, Randall Cobb. Like, yeah, that was one of Buck's best calls before the Diggs play. It's Green Bay. Not my safest bet of the week.
It's-
This is Green Bay.
It's an awful Sunday night game.
This is Green Bay. Yeah, this game's gonna be over at halftime.
They should say fuck the rivalries and just make the best game of every
Yeah.
week should be the Sunday night game.
The Thursday night and Sunday night should be flopped this week, in my opinion.
Well, I'm happy that ESPN's finally giving Monday Night Football, and it's because they have their new shiny toys, Joe Buck and Aikman. But they're finally giving them good games to put them on TV and get the ratings. They have the highest ratings they've had for any game. ESPN did for Seahawks Broncos since 2015 when the Patriots and Saints played in Week 10. And I think I remember that game. I think the Patriots lost that game to the Saints 10-9. But I regress. Monday Night Football, we have 2 games this week. I don't know why it wasn't last week. I think it's because they wanted the ratings for the Russ return to be so good. But we have 2 Monday Night games. First one is at 4:15 on ESPN. This one is Titans at Bills.
Bills not. Titans ain't doing shit.
Titans aren't very good this year. I'm going to go Buffalo as well. Buffalo's fucking loaded up. And even though I don't have them beating the Chiefs in the playoffs, Bills are going to win 13-14. Excuse me, 13-14 games. And this is one of them. I got Bills. Monday Night Football on ABC at 5:30. 8:30 Eastern, we have Vikings and Eagles. 2017 NFC title game rematch.
Again, in the Zimmer era.
Who you got, Vikings fan?
Vikings. Why are you picking against my boys?
I was gonna say, I mean, I just wish you guys would just not be homers every week, but I understand. Who you got, Al?
I'm gonna take Philly.
I got Philly. I got Philly too. And I think Minnesota's good, but
If
on
it
the
was
road.
in Minnesota, I would probably take Minnesota.
Yeah, hostile environment. A.J. Brown, 8 catches for 494 yards. Whatever the fuck he had.
The Philly fans will be yelling some profanities.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then J. Jeff, in the cold games, doesn't really do too well. I know it's September, but on the road in the cold, he doesn't really do too well.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Historically,
All right.
2 seasons.
Yeah, 2 seasons.
So basically, here's what we got, man. I got the Chargers tomorrow. Probably going to lone wolf on that. I got the Browns over the Jets. Oh, okay, Seth does too. So we all got Jacksonville. I got Ravens over Dolphins. Pretty surprising. I guess Seth has Ravens too. Damn, bro. There's actually a lot of variance. I do think the Raiders beat the Cardinals. You guys have the Cardinals. Al thinks the Texans will beat the Broncos in Denver. Cincinnati sweep. Green Bay's got them. Buffalo's got them. And then the Philly-Minnesota game will be pretty interesting to see how that turns out. But that's what we got for week 2, guys. Anything else? Hour and 20 minutes. It's turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Yeah.
Nice to be back in the library, finishing up at a decent time, and appreciate you guys joining me. So thank you. If you guys made it this far, thank you very much. If you've watched this far, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. We'll be back, I want to say in a few days' time. Going to have another podcast here. Me and the boys are going to be here every Wednesday, just like we announced last week. So you'll see us again and hear from us again next Wednesday. Again, audio Wednesdays, video Fridays on YouTube. We're going to rock that way probably the entire season, so we're going to keep it that way, try and be consistent for y'all. And thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you guys later. Have a great day.